Ba-dum-bum-bum. Hello peeps! Today's video is going to be about this wonderful topic that I've been trying to do research on and figured out nobody really knows what the heck they're talking about, especially in today's world. So, we're going to talk about how to brand yourself, and we're also going to talk about why. Why should you brand yourself in today's world? That's the best way to put this. Got an idea. What is branding? This is the question I kept searching, and why is it important in today's world? That is the question. So what is branding? It's simple. Everyone that I was watching and trying to figure out what the heck they were even trying to say, it's boiled down to this. It's what peeps think when they hear or see your name or biz. That's it. That's what it is. It's what peeps think when they hear or see your name or your business. And unfortunately, it's tied to a lot of things. It's tied to trust, it's tied to integrity, it's tied to happiness, it's tied to loyalty. So what do they think when they see Todd Conitzer? When they hear Todd Conitzer's name, what do they think? See, this is why it's important. Today's world, where we live, what we do, how we do it, we live through the lens of a camera, we live through the eyes of social media, being Facebook, Instagram, Snap, whatever it's going to be, we live in that world. So what do people think when they're scrolling through their feed and they see your business or they see your name? That's branding. Why is it important today? That is a great question. I'm going to have to, I gotta find out. I got an idea. The soapbox. So why is it important? I'm driving on a side street, so don't freak out. It was created in 1872 by basically soap manufacturers to ship their soap to different vendors across the world, right? And so what happened is that when crowds of people would gather around, they would actually use the soapbox, turn it upside down, and they would stand on it to make a platform so they could get up and speak to more people. The problem is that most of us don't understand that branding is like a soapbox. So for you to understand why we need to create basically our social brand, whether it's our business or us personally, I have to show you why. So let's go. Okay, so why the soapbox? That's a great question. We're standing here at one of the most busiest intersections where I live, in a green space. So as you can see, I got cars all around me, and I don't care. Why? Because the world's loud. So you have to understand that. The world is loud. You have to stand in your soapbox. We're no different than when we were in, say, 1800s. We're people. The problem is that we were quieter back then and we only needed a small soapbox. You have to brand yourself today. You have to. In order to be heard over the noise of everything and all the hustle and bustle, and you can't care what people think of what they're thinking about you. Now, there's more to this, and I'm gonna have to go in depth on it, but the fact is that don't be afraid. Stand on your soapbox. Let your message be known. The ones that care will listen. The ones that don't care will throw shade and hate. But you have to brand your business. You have to put yourself above all the noise for people to understand what your message is. That's what branding is. That's where we are right now. In a noisy world, stand out. Don't be afraid to be ridiculed. Have people stop and stare. It's okay. They're only going to see you for a little bit of time anyway, and then they're going to go on. So who cares? Who cares? So that's why I'm on my soapbox. Stand out, peeps. All right, I got one more thought. How can I show a real life example of this? I got an idea. All right, so here's the deal. While I sit at this little stoplight, I made the phone call and I couldn't do this whole video justice without giving you a perfect example on how to get your brand out there and how to brand yourself in today's world without sharing with you a great example. So I'm gonna go see if he's home. He said he's home. I had to track him down. It took me most of the day to come find him. So we're gonna go stop by his house and I'm gonna let him share with you a couple nuggets on how he made the transition and show you what it looks like in today's world to start branding yourself and your company. He has done a remarkable job. He's actually caught the eyes of some other people, and I think you're really going to dig this. So I'm really happy to share with you an actual example on somebody doing it the right way. So, all right, lights turning green. I gotta go. Okay, I met up with Andrew. It's nice that I tracked you down today because you've been gone.
Yeah, it's been a busy day.
Okay, so Andrew when I was thinking about doing this whole branding idea, Andrew was the first person that popped into my head actually this morning, because Andrew has totally been killing the game as far as what branding looks like in 2018. And that is, you made some changes starting this year. And so why don't you talk about the changes with your business? Tell them what you do, for one.
Correct.
And then how you changed and why you decided, because you did a logo brand change. You actually started coming up with the idea of videos, and explain how that process worked.
Well, I've been in business now for about 10 years, and we've morphed from, painting to wood rot to realty to apartment remodels to everything. And people kind of lost where I was at. They kind of stereotyped me as a painter when, I was doing painting, and
putting room
vice
additions
versa.
on.
Yeah, vice versa. So it got challenging trying to do a regular advertising like I used to, because when I'd put something out, I'd put everything out as just painting or just that and just that. So as I started getting more and more areas that we were catering to, I found that it was going to be really, really expensive in order to maintain that level of advertising I was doing.
Right.
So what was the easiest thing? To merge all my social media together, merge my websites together, and just focus on pushing that. Because, be honest, nowadays, people grabbing magazines, it just ain't happening. Maybe people our age,
right?
In our 40s and 50s and that, I think we're still looking at that stuff. But the other people aren't. So I decided, all right, well now, after watching a lot of Gary Vee,
right?
I said, all right, well, I'm gonna take the risk. This guy's doing something right. I'm gonna double down on everything I did, and I started doing Snapchat early.
Right.
And Snapchat is kind of what polished me, because I was never on camera before. I never did any of this before, nothing. And,
It's a good That's a great segue, because Snapchat actually is a great way to do 10-second videos and get used to being on camera and talking.
Exactly, turning the camera around and actually putting it on yourself and talking to a camera. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it was literally crazy. So, I can't believe I started doing it. But then I started getting better, and I started getting more confident on the camera, and then it really didn't bother me. I could do it if there's 100 people around,
right,
or if there's just me and the camera. I didn't care anymore. I lost that
embarrassment
fear,
factor.
embarrassment. Yeah. Oh my God, what do they think? I don't care. You know. So I think that was coming across more and more in our videos, and my viewing on Snapchat just skyrocketed when I started doing it.
You did. You had some huge.
I had a lot of viewers. I mean, you just got to keep putting that content out.
So you were basically branding. See, this whole video has been about branding yourself or branding your business, or branding both. But when they think of Andrew Petrowski and what he does, do they think No Limit, or did you try to keep them separate? It seems like Andrew Petrowski is No Limit.
Yeah, we're merging it. We're merging it more together to where, yeah, it's all me. I'm No Limit, but this is everything else that we do.
Right.
And
it can stand alone if it needs to.
It can stand alone if it needs to. My Instagram is all Andrew Petrowski, and I put a business page as an entrepreneur.
Right.
And then I still have my personal, and then I have I actually merged because I had 3 Facebook pages.
This is where people are having
real estate, No Limit Construction, and then we had a No Limit Property Management because I started doing a lot of apartments and like commercial, and I'm like, man, it was a complete headache, you know. Right. So merged it all together, and then you know, started doing a lot of it. And I'm kind of one of those guys, like I said, when I stopped doing my advertising budget, I was like, well, I'm done doing magazines now, so why don't I put that money and invest it in something that's more now? So now we're doing, we joined with J29 Creative, and they've been doing great with us.
He's doing these high quality like videos that most people, this is the reason I wanted to come see you, but most businesses are not even thinking about doing right now. So it's like Andrew is on the cusp of something that 98% of companies aren't even thinking about.
Too lazy and too cheap. Yeah. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to put the time and work into it. But
you're spending money, and you actually have video people following you around and then editing it for you. Versus somebody like myself, I'm shooting content, editing it, things like that. So, which has been actually kind of interesting to watch, because that's a big, huge transition in itself. How does it feel to walk around like Home Depot and have a video guy following you?
You know, like I said, I don't even care. I mean, really. I mean, what, you know, if anything, people are just watching. You know, they're like, hey, what's going on? What's this guy doing? But, I mean, it doesn't really bother me
What
anymore.
have you seen as the change on you? We were talking earlier about the change in like your marketing, your dollars per jobs. You were dealing with smaller jobs, and now what it's done with the branding, people are now seeing you in a bigger light.
Yeah, they're not calling me to, you know, change a fixture at the house or, you know, do a little bit of wood rot. I mean, some people, if they catch me online or something, but when people are watching the videos, and the videos are more geared that way, you know, we're actually going to be coming out with a vlog that's going to be on painting, exterior painting, but a lot of the original, you know, coming out of the gate stuff is all just me, you know. Well, who's Andrew, who's this, who's that, and that dollars spent.
I started this video this morning with that exact thing, so it's funny that you tied it back together on who you are and what you do.
Our first vlog was Who's No Limit, and then the second one is me, and then I don't know, J29's kind of handling all that. And that's the other thing, you know, I've never done any of this before. I don't do it, you know. I'm not that. I don't think like that. I don't think, you know, cinematically or you know, video wise. I mean, it's not my world. So I mean, these guys are coming up with everything. They're you know, they're having, all right, we're going over this. I mean, it's just it's money well spent. It's not cheap, but it's definitely money well spent.
So in 2018, as we sit right now, if you had advice to a small to medium-sized business in branding themselves, or a person that's starting to brand themselves, what do you think would be a great tip for them in 2018?
My first thing would be like, what do you love?
Yeah.
What's your passion? Because if you're videoing it, you got to video your passion.
Right.
I mean, otherwise it'd be boring. So once they figure that out, You know, say, all right, well, how are you doing it? Are you investing the time? Because you do all pretty much your own stuff, so you know how hard and long it takes. I mean, could I don't even, that's the whole thing. I couldn't even imagine.
Right.
I mean, I would be like, I edited a couple things on the Apple Movie MacBook program, which is like crap.
So
and
what you
that
did
took
is
me days.
You just found an end around. You said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to hire somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you know, figure that out if you're doing it yourself, or you're doing it, you know, or you're doing it, having somebody do it for you, and then start easy. I mean, you know, do Snapchat, work it out, and figure out the ins and outs, and you know how to talk on the camera, and then go from there. Branding wise,
I'm looking forward to you guys are going to enjoy the video stuff I put on here regarding everything that he's been doing, because it has been absolutely by far one of the most favorite things to get a peek behind the curtain on how you're doing it. And I'm looking forward to other people to understand what their businesses could be doing today, and stop all the BS that's going on, you know, thinking you should do this or that when it can just be boiled down to using video and content.
Yeah, just putting the content out there, and there's a lot of people doing it wrong too.
Yep.
One of the biggest things, and I'll leave it there for you, but is kind of like always swinging for the fence.
Right.
And I'm seeing it more and more and more and more. And I want to reach out to a lot of the people and say, "What are you doing? You're killing yourself. Why do you keep hard selling every damn day? Give it a break. Give some content. You know, you sell this, you sell that. Talk about the ins and outs of it. You know, inform them, give them knowledge, and then every once in a while hit them or go for the fence. And that's when you're asking, hey, you know, I provide. Now I'm asking for the sale. Right. You know, I think there's too many people that just go for the sale too much now.
Every single time. And it gets old seeing in our Facebook feeds and everywhere else.
Give good informational content that, you know, people
will digest and share, and then you can get bigger viewership. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Told you this is going to be worth it.
Totally.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. So, I think I'll just leave it right here, and then we'll just see where we go from what's next. I got a couple other ideas, so I got to wrap this up today.
Yeah.
That was incredible. The information there is priceless, as you heard from Andrew. So, how should we conclude this? Is that you heard from Andrew, right? And the fact of the matter is that you almost have to brand yourself. See, because whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, whatever business that you have, where we are today is the fact is that I am Todd Conitzer. Whatever is associated with Todd Conitzer, whether that be travel, doing a vlog, whether it be a contractor business, whether I turn into a window salesperson, whether I decide to start any other company, Todd Conitzer is the brand. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is this doesn't matter where you are, where you're working, you become your own brand. Because wherever you're going to go, you have to be the brand that people will follow you to that new business or that new endeavor or that new thing that you wanted to start. So now in today's world, it is more important than ever to develop you, to develop your brand so other people will follow you into that other. That's just the world what we're living in. We're living in a world that is moving so quick that you have to be able to share content for free that is valuable that other people may share to others. So you build value. And then like Andrew said, hit them with the uppercut and say, hey, why don't you purchase something in the future? So man, this is one of the best branding videos that I think that I've even seen, because nobody talks about this aspect. And he said a very valuable thing. If you've never done videos, start with Snapchat. You can start a Snapchat account today, start talking to yourself, walking around, getting comfortable with it with your cell phone, and you won't have anybody following you and watching the video, but you'll be able to watch back your Snapchat and how you actually are talking and get used to doing it in public. And you would be surprised on how comfortable you become in front of a camera. If not, Andrew said another great component, hire somebody. The millennials, you guys are killing it right now. If you're an older guy in your 40s like me, you can hire somebody that just got out of high school that is comfortable in doing this. Have them buy a video camera, have them film you, and they will edit it for you and you can pay them. Andrew is killing it right now because he doesn't have the time to do all this stuff. So he's paying a company to do exactly that. There's so many great things. Brand yourself, brand yourself, brand yourself. What do people think of you when they hear your name or your business? That is what branding is right now. So guys, I hope you found some great content in this, and I'm sorry the vlog was a little long today, but I am kind of passionate about it because I think it is so important now more than ever in how fast things are going. So with that being said, Dare to Dream, thank you for tuning in today, and yeah, let's just leave it at that. I'm out.